Hello, children. Hope you all are fine. As you can see in the pictures right now, all are sleepy heads. Yes? So let's see what are we going to read today. Today we'll be reading literature, class 6, chapter 8, that is Monday morning. So there are many people watching this video and just imagining within themselves and how terrible Monday morning seems to some of us. Yes, how we feel like because Sunday was so much enjoyment for us, no? And after that, when you get up in morning, too much of work you have since you are a children reading in school. So if you have to go to school, waking up early in the morning and going to school, definitely that was a terrible state at that moment. So before beginning, first of all, we will know about a little bit about the author. So this story is basically written by Samuel Langhorne Clemens, and he is the author of Adventures of Tom Sawyer. So as we can see, when we begin this story, all we need to know that this story is adapted from the Adventures of the Tom Sawyer. Tom Sawyer will know about him as well. So let's begin. So Tom Sawyer, okay, he's a mischievous boy and he doesn't likes going to school. Even though he is intelligent, so what he's doing, no, he's using his intelligence in imagination. Okay, so we will get to know that how he is using his acting skills to gain his aunt's sympathy. And definitely he sometimes succeeds in that, but there are even some places when he does not. So how he is going to avoid going to school? Okay, in this story we are going to read that. As you can see the pictures of three characters in this story, they are Aunt Polly. As you can see, she is Aunt Polly. The second one is Tom Sawyer. The whole story revolves around him as well as his imagination power. And the third character is Sid. Sid is the brother. So let us begin then. So, after seeing the characters, we will get to know about the story. Monday morning found Tom Sawyer miserable. Miserable? He used to be very unhappy on the Monday morning. Monday morning always found him so because it began another week's slow suffering in school. So he used to think that yes, the whole week is there and he will be very tired going to school and all the unnecessary part. Okay, he generally began that day with wishing he had no holidays in between. It made the going into prison again so much worse. So he was thinking that there should be no holiday in between. Like if he gets, he will be a little more relaxed and it will be very difficult to go back to school again. So Tom lay thinking. Presently it occurred to him that he wished he was sick. Then he could stay at home from school. So he's thinking in his mind, if I'm sick, I'll not be going to school. So what he did, he examined himself, but no sickness was found. So he investigated again. So he is having a look on his body, he's canvassing his body, canvassed his body, he's investigating. Suppose if I get any illness, I will get an excuse. This time he could detect stomachache, but it soon grew feeble and presently died wholly away. So, when after seeing that, examining his body, he found there was a stomachache, but after that, it also was not that much high level. Next, he reflected further. Suddenly, he discovered something. One of his upper front tooth was loose. So the second symptoms what he investigated was this one. He was lucky he was about to groan as the starter as he called it. So now he was beginning to groan ki yes, I got a chance to escape from school. So when it occurred to him that if he came to the court with that argument, his aunt would pull it out. And definitely that will hurt. Yes or no? If that anyone is pulling out your tooth, it will hurt. So he thought he would hold the tooth in reserve for the present and seek further. So he's thinking, ki, okay, this also problem is there, but let me search for any other problem if available in my body. Let's see. Nothing offered for some time. Now he is thinking there is nothing, no other diseases. Then he remembered hearing the doctor tell about a certain thing that laid up a patient for 1 or 2, 3 weeks and threatened to make him lose a finger. So now he is imagining that yes, once he heard the doctor. So the boy eagerly drew his toe from under the sheet and held it up for inspection. So he's looking at his toe, okay, and thinking, what can I make up? Okay, what symptoms I can do? But the problem was he didn't know the necessary symptoms. However, it seemed well worthwhile to chance it. So he started groaning with considerable spirit. So he started like when it pains people groan, no children. So that's what he is doing here. But Sid slept unconscious. Tom groaned louder and fanciest, and that he began to feel pain in the toe. Still, no result from Sid. So even after groaning, Sid is not listening to him. Ouch! It's paining! So that boy is in a very desperate mood to wake Sid up and let him know about his problem. But Sid is like, like he is not paying any attention. Tom was panting with his exertion by this time. He took a rest and then swelled himself up and fetched a succession of admirable groans. So after that, again he's thinking, and again he started groaning. Still, Sid is snoring karate leda. He is again sleeping. He is not listening to what Tom is doing. Now, Tom was aggravated. He became irritated. Sid, Sid! And he shook him. He is trying to wake Sid up. This course worked well, and Tom began to groan again. So, again, when he saw that Sid is waking up, he started groaning. Sid yawned, stretched, then brought himself up on the elbow with a snort and began to stare at Tom. Tom went on groaning. So he's like waking up, little aram say, and he's stretching his body. Okay, and when he saw Tom, the Tom was groaning. So, Tom, say Tom, what's the matter? So he got worried up. So Tom was again groaning. So Sid is asking, what's the matter? He got worried, no? As a brother, definitely anybody will get worried if the family member is not well. So he's asking him about the matter. So, why? What's the matter, Tom? I must call auntie. So Tom is saying, oh, don't, Sid, don't shake me. So he's pretending. He wants to show off that yes, he is very much ill. Okay. And what all things he is going to do. No, never mind. It will be over by and by. And maybe don't call anybody. So it's as if he is pretending to die, like he is showing in that manner. Okay. So, but I must. Don't groan so, Tom. It's awful. How long you have been groaning? So he's asking at how much time. So Tom is saying hours. Ouch. Oh, don't stir so, Sid. You'll kill me. So he's again is in a full convincing mood that yes, he's very ill. Tom, why didn't you wake me sooner? Oh, Tom, don't. It make my flesh crawl to hear you. What's the matter? Still, he is not telling what's the matter. Okay, and everything else he is just describing him. I forgive you for everything, Sid. Everything you have ever done to me. When I'm gone. So, as if he will go now only. Full on drama mood he was in, and he wanted to show that. Oh, Tom, you aren't dying, are you? Don't, Tom. Oh, don't. Maybe. So there is a conversation going on. I forgive everybody, said. Tell him so. Tell them so, said. So he's like he's forgiving everybody. So again he's crying. Now Tom was suffering in reality now. His imagination was working very well. So his ground sounded very real. Ouch! Mom, Dad! Yes. So Sid flew downstairs and now he is calling Aunt Polly. Oh, Aunt Polly, come, come. Tom's dying. So Aunt Polly is like, dying? Yes. Don't wait. Come quick. Rubbish! I do not believe it. So let's see, but she fled upstairs and nevertheless with Sid at her heels. So even after being that age, she started running up, okay, because one of her family member was sick. Her face grew white too, and her lips trembled. You, Tom? What's the matter with you? Oh, Auntie, I am. So he's now saying, what basically is happening with him? Oh, Auntie, my sore toes dying. What's the matter with you? What is the matter? Like she's still in a confused state, okay? So when he said that his sore toe is dying, the old lady sank down into the chair, laughed a little, and then cried a little, and then both the thing all together. So she started laughing. Now his basically chori pakda gaya, okay? This made her feel better, and she said, Tom, what a turn you gave me. Now you shut up that nonsense and climb out of this. So she got to know that it was all lies. Okay, nobody's sore toe is going to die. Mortified is given in book. It's written here. The groan stopped and the pain vanished from the toe. The boy felt a little foolish. Aunt Polly, it seemed dying and it hurt, so I never minded my tooth at all. So he got one more idea also, no, to save himself. That was tooth idea. One of them is loose and it aches perfectly awful. Your tooth indeed. What's the matter with your tooth? So now she's investigating that whether this problem is true or not. Okay. There now. Don't begin that groaning again. Open your mouth. So, as an adult, she's trying to save him. Well, your tooth is loose, but you're not going to die from that. She's definitely, that's so true. Oh, please, Auntie, don't pull it out. It won't hurt anyone. Now he is worried also. If anyone pulls it out, definitely it will be a painful experience. Yes? I wish I may never stir it if it does. Please don't, Auntie. I don't want to stay home from school. So now she got the idea that why he was so much worried. Okay, he wanted to stay. Oh, you don't you? So all this row was because of this all things. No, he wanted uh, uh, to stay at home from school and go to fishing, as you can see. Then she says, Tom, I love you so, and you seem to try every way you can to break my old heart with your outrageousness. Now that tooth will come out on its own. Go to sleep now, and we will decide what to do when you wake up. So, definitely, children, this is so true about our family members. They truly love us. Okay, we should never lie to them. Always remember this, because the concern, the care, the love, these all things, no, once it goes away, it will never come back. So all you need is to keep that trust, keep that love, keep that caring part with you alive. So here we have finished up with this part. So he wanted to go to fishing and not to go to school. You all also do na same thing. So she is saying that she loves him, and every time with his mischief he tries to break her heart. So this was all about Tom Sawyer, and this is taken from the Adventures of Tom Sawyer, basically written by Mark Twain. So, and one more thing, children, I would like to share with you that he was a renowned author and a humorist of his age, and many from his childhood experience only he got these characters. Like from the three boys, those characters were taken, and then he created this unforgettable character that is of his Tom Sawyer. As you can see, how mischievous he was, and how he was using his intelligence to trick his family members. So let us begin with the in-text question. As you can see in page 109, there were two questions. Why do you think Tom was miserable, and which ailments did he consider using as an excuse? So for the first question, answer would be Tom was miserable because it was Monday morning. He always felt like this on Monday because they began another week's trouble of going to school. He never wished going to school. So definitely this was very difficult for him, and as a result he was feeling miserable. Which ailments did he consider using as an excuse? What all problems basically you can say he was using? So he considered ailments with Kolki symptoms at first. Kolki, like related to stomach. Okay, as I said, he had some stomach ache at earlier part, and then he dismissed that idea and found that one of his teeth was loose. But this also did not serve the purpose either, because as I told you, know that if he said regarding the tooth, definitely his aunt would have pulled out the tooth. So that purpose was not served. Later, he remembered that the doctor had mentioned a disease that could make someone lose a finger, and hence he started to groan about his aching toe. So, this was what at last he made an excuse. Now, we'll move on to quick answers, that is, making connection. You can find these questions on page number 111. For the first one, as you can see, Monday mornings were particularly difficult for Tom. So, what was the reason? Tom did not like Monday morning because Monday brought another week's slow suffering in school. Tom canvassed his system. Children, canvassed means no investigation. Like वो अपने body को canvas कर रहा था, means he was investigating his body, he was checking his body. Okay. So the answer would be Tom desperately wanted to fall ill, so he would not have to go to school. This was why he canvassed his system. Question C, Tom shook Sid. So, what was the reason why he was shaking? Tom had hoped that his groans would wake Sid, but when they didn't, he had no choice but to shake Sid awake. So now, since it was paining, like his imagination only, it was paining, but then he thought that his groans would wake Sid, but that was not working out. So he got no choice left but to make him awake by shaking him. Question D, Aunt Polly ran up the stairs. Aunt Polly didn't believe that Tom was ill, but still felt concerned. That is why she ran up the stairs. As I told you, children, family members, okay, they are very concerned about us, their caring nature, their loving nature, that drew their attention towards. As you can see, Aunt Polly was also loving Tom so much, even knowing that he makes so much of mischief. Still, she believed the story earlier. Later on, she got to know what was the lie. Tom's groans sounded very real. So, what was the reason why it sounded very real? Tom had managed to convince himself that he was ill. So good was his pretension, this was why his groans sounded real. So he was very much convinced within himself that yes, I am very ill, it's paining a lot, and yes, his conviction really worked, and that is why his groans sounded very real. Question 2, as you can see, what according to you was Mark Twain's reason or purpose for writing this story? Yes, to entertain and amuse us. Yes, that's very true for this bit. We'll move on to reference to context, page 112, question 3. Let us read the extract first. I forgive everybody, Sid. Tell them so, Sid. And Sid, you give my cat with one eye to that new girl that's come to the town, and tell her. So now, since he was very much considering himself to be ill, as if he was going to die at any moment, so who said this and how was Sid related to the speaker? Let me see how many of you know this answer. Very easy. Tom said this and Sid was his brother. What was wrong with speaker? Why was the speaker groaning? Actually, there was nothing wrong with Tom. He was groaning to convince his aunt that he was unwell because he did not wish to go to school. Question C. Why do you think the speaker was asking Sid to give away his or her belonging? Tom was pretending that he was seriously ill and was going to die. He was giving Sid instructions that all his belonging could be given away to make this act more convincing. So he wanted to make him convince as well that yes, the condition was worse, he is not going to survive, and whatever thing is left with him, he is donating, he is giving to other persons. Question 4, extract is, The old lady sank down in a chair and laughed a little and then cried a little, then did both together. This made her feel better. So, who was the old lady and how was she related to Tom children? Who was the old lady? As I told you, the character's name. Yes, who was the old lady? Yes, very good. The old lady was Aunt Polly and she was Tom's aunt. Why was she laughing and crying at the same time? What was the reason? She cried a little because she was worried, thinking that Tom was really ill. She laughed a little because she felt relieved that Tom has only been pretending to be ill and was not really so. Definitely, if our family members know that we are ill, they are worried a lot that what is going to happen, whether what has happened, the cure and all, everything they will try. But later on, when she realized this was all a prank, she was relieved a bit that yes, it's okay now, Tom is fine. Why, what was she upset about? She was upset with Tom, who always played pranks to soccer. Moreover, she had to run upstairs, and that had left her breathless. Since she was not that young children, she was little aged, and definitely those people face trouble while climbing stairs. So she was a little bit worried and upset about that. Plus, always he used to play pranks with her to shock her. So this was also the reason why she was upset with Tom. We'll move on with read, reflect, right? Why did Tom not like Monday morning? Very easy question with very easy answer. Tom did not like Monday mornings because with with Monday another week of school would start and he hated going to school. What did Sid tell Aunt Polly about Tom? Tom began to groan, faking an illness, so he would not have to go to school. Sid panicked on hearing Tom's groan and ran out to call Aunt Polly and told her about his pain. Question 7. How did Aunt Polly feel when she saw Tom groaning? So, definitely she would have felt terrible. At first, Aunt Polly panicked. She was very she didn't knew what should be done, and she felt scared on finding Tom groan. But soon she started laughing when she realized that Tom was pretending to be sick. He was using his aching toe as an excuse to get out of going to school. Do you think Tom did the right thing by pretending to be sick? Justifies your answer. See, children, this is my point of view. You can write your own. That depends upon your way of thinking. That yes, definitely, it was not at all a right thing to act sick. We should not trick people. Okay, it's not good if we trick people. Tom was in the habit of playing prank on his aunt. Many a times he has deceived and pranked with his aunt, family, friends, and everyone. Nobody would believe him even if he was truly sick the next time. So yes, if you are always playing prank, always telling lies, then one day will come when definitely you are ill and nobody will believe you. So even though Tom's acting was almost real, it got family genuinely worried. Everyone was worried, isn't it, when they saw the condition of Tom? Do you think that Aunt Polly cared for Tom? Give reason for your answer. Children, what do you think? What is your point of view? You should mention here. Okay, since we read the story, we saw that when Aunt Polly heard that Tom was ill, he was groaning, as immediately, like immediately, she took the action. So, only a person who loves us will care for us that much. Okay, so in my views, yes, she cared for us because she trusted him and was taken in by his prank over and over again, like every time he used to play, but then still she believed him. Tom mostly played strange trick on Aunt Polly and she could never see through Tom's trick initially because of her love and concern for him. Yes, when we love anyone, we concern or we care for them, we do not see it in a wrong way. First of all, we will see that yes, whatever they are saying is true. She came running upstairs when Sid told her that Tom was dying, even though this made her breathless, for she was not a young woman. Okay, so this was all about the question answer part. So, thank you very much for watching the video. I hope you liked it. Once you read the chapter also, children, okay, and underline the difficult words, try to find the meaning of those words, you will definitely learn so many new words from this chapter. I hope you enjoyed the story. Thank you very much.